It's the holiday. We are full force in the middle of the holiday season. And this is going to be a fun episode packed full of sparkle and joy and also some real stuff because I like to keep it real. It's almost Christmas. I cannot wait. I love this time of year. I do. I do. And sometimes it can be stressful, right? So there's both. And sometimes we pretend it's not stressful and then we don't experience as much happiness and sparkle as we could. So we are going to get real today. I'm going to be talking about the holiday season and how to really approach it with realness, and tips to get ready, get real, get right, so that you can have ultimate connection and joy this holiday season. And also, we are doing part 2 of the Design+Flo intro program. So I'm so excited. Stay tuned. Welcome to the podcast, Empowered by Design. I'm your host, Dr. Liz, a licensed psychologist and owner of Visionistas by Design Wellness Boutique in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. This podcast is about the power of connection and a proactive approach to mental health and overall wellness. It's about finding and owning your power right now and using it for good by nurturing the connection of body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. Empowered by Design podcast delivers psychological concepts and practical strategies with a real-life approach, designed to empower health and wellness, optimal performance, authentic connection with yourself and others, and purposeful, joyful living. Be well, live empowered, dream, design, deliver. Hello and welcome to podcast episode 49 of the Empowered by Design podcast. I am your host, Dr. Liz, and you know that 49 means next time is 50. And 50 is huge. 50. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited about 49 and I'm so excited about 50. So of course we will be celebrating, both. We are straight in the middle of the holiday season. We've already experienced some holidays. We've had Thanksgiving and Hanukkah has passed. And we are approaching, if you are listening close to when this is recorded, we are approaching Christmas. I'm so excited for Christmas. It is a holiday that I celebrate in my family, and we've been celebrating for weeks. So that's the fun part when you when you grow up. And I'm thinking back to when I was little and loved Christmas. I think I've talked about it before on here, but when we were growing up, it was really the time when we would get new things that we really didn't get through the year. So we didn't have a lot of money when we were growing up. We had lots and lots and lots of love, always overflowing with love, love abundant in my family for sure. And we didn't even really know we didn't have a lot of money until we moved, actually. And kids can be mean, but we always knew we had so much love, but we knew that when Christmas came, it was like we were getting new stuff, which was so much fun. So that's just, a sparkly memory from the holiday. But as you get older now with my own family and family by marriage, so lots and lots of people to love and celebrate with, we are so grateful, gracious, lucky, fortunate to be really close in geography with our family. And so we do get to see them. We get to see all of them. We get to fit it all in. But to fit it all in, we start, weeks before. So my parents leave. They tend to go to Florida every year around the holiday. And it used to be after Christmas. And over the years, it has stretched to before, like a couple days before. And they're talking about, even a week before in the future, which is so great because it's so fun to, they are so generous and they invite us to come every single year with them, which we have done in the past, not every single year. We are kind of doing it every other year for a while. But it is so lovely we live in Pennsylvania, so it can get cold. This has been a mild December so far, but it can get chilly and it can be just a really fun boost of vitamin D and lots of sunshine, usually, to go to Florida for, a little bit, even if it's a few days, and then come back and brave the winter. But so we celebrated with them, and we celebrated last weekend with my husband's side of the family, lots of grandparents and a great grandmother, and just so much fun to see people. For sure, not as many as usual this year, and of course last year because of pandemic and COVID and being careful and cautious. We have family members with health conditions, and so of course we're all being careful and getting our boosters and things like that. So and also we've missed a few because of close contact. So even as we talk about being, the holidays being merry and bright and joyful and sparkly, we also recognize that, they're not always that way. And there are times and sometimes underlying emotions of sadness and loss, which we're going to get into. And I'm going to talk about it. That's what I do here. We talk about it. And encourage you to give you some tips on how to get yourself in a space where you can feel that joy of connection, of magic, of belief and tradition and love. And also recognize sometimes it's helpful to prepare and do a little bit of protection. Because that can be helpful too. We're going to talk about that. So I guess we're in the snacks and apps portion of the episode today, which I love. Snacks and apps is my favorite. We have a full lineup of things to talk about. I promise we will get into part 2 of tips to design and flow with love. We talked last episode 48 was part 1, Note to Self, I Love You. And we talked all about really just a big intro. So I really did. I did get in there pretty long in the intro before talking about the first 2 aspects of balanced health that are really key when we want to consider all of the different angles that we can think of when we want to feel joy, feel healthy, well, connected with ourselves, with others, with the beyond. We talked about the mind and the body last time, and I'll just give a really brief recap of those. Invite you to go back and listen to episode 48 if you haven't done so, but don't do it now. Wait until after you listen to this one. It really won't matter if you're out of order, because it's a good one. It's a good one. Long, long but good. And We're going to get into the heart, the soul, and the spirit today. Talk a little bit more about how we can connect with each other. I would love, love, love to connect with you live, which is a portion of the Design+Flo program that we can connect and help each other out. Just a few things. So thank you for making this podcast possible. I cannot believe I'm recording episode 49 and going to be recording episode 50. There come the tears. It's so amazing to think last year, right around this time. So I made an effort I wanted so much to record the first podcast episode in 2020. And I recorded episode number 1, Reflections for Joy, on December 31st, 2020. I drove down to the office. We were home. We were playing cards. My kids and my husband, we were doing New Year's Eve. And I was like, okay, this is really, really important to me. I'm going to run and do this episode, and then came back and finished, brought in the new year. So I did that in the afternoon. But it was really symbolic for me to record that first episode in 2020, right? 2020 was 2020. A big year of lots of different emotions, lots of strife for a lot of people, and pandemic was the highlight of the year in a not so great way. And then also go back and listen to episode 1. It's a good one, and I think I might go listen to it again, because being able to reflect on not just the things that were really, really sad and really, really stressful, but to find those moments of silver linings and the gratitude and the growth and the celebrations, because we had a lot of them here at Visionistas. I bought the building. We bought the building in 2020. We opened in 2020. We had our grand opening and ribbon cutting in 2020. We hired people. Our Visionistas team was growing in 2020, really began officially to be a thing, to be a real thing in 2020. So there were lots of fun things. So it's fun to even reflect back on that now. But so just thinking of coming up on that first recorded episode is really fun for me. And so we will be celebrating next week, episode 50, and it falls right before the new year, which is of course another blast of celebration. So much to look forward to. Thank you for coming back. If this is not your first episode, I thank you for tuning in again. And if it is your first episode, welcome. I'm so glad you found me and that we are connecting here in this way. I do have a really fun announcement in this little snacks and apps portion. As you know, if you are a returner, I have been in a year of transformation, healing, growth, learning. I love learning. I love sharing my learning with you, that which I've learned throughout my whole entire life, and what I continue to learn. I'm a lifelong learner, they call me. We learned about that little term in school. But yes, always learning, always growing, loving to learn new things and share that with you. And so in 2020, I started to meditate every single day. I made a daily practice of meditation, and I was introduced by Sean Miner, who is my coach in the Unstuck Entrepreneur for Wellness Entrepreneurs program, to the app called Insight Timer. Write that one down, people. Write it down. It is amazing. So Insight Timer is a free app that has tens of thousands of guided meditations. So if you're not familiar with meditating, and you're not sure what it means, and you're thinking that it means you have to just sit down and clear your mind, that's not it. You can do that, if you want. But guided meditation is just exactly that. You are being guided by a teacher, by a leader, by a guide who has something to offer in whatever kind of topic you're looking for, whether it's deep sleep, whether it's gaining peace, whether it's gaining clarity, abundance, focus, concentration, healing. There's so many things. It's like a tiny little list of the things that you can find. Basically anything you want, you can find on this app. And you are guided through these exercises, meditation exercises, to help you with whatever your goals are. And so I started in September of 2020 and really was kind of in 2020 just finding time each day that I could find where it fit into my day to meditate. And then on January 1st, 2021, or probably maybe I even saw it on December 31st, there was a 30-day or a month challenge, a meditation challenge, a morning meditation challenge. So I decided, yes, I did do this. Either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, I created in my house a meditation space because I cannot meditate in my bedroom because sometimes I'm always the first one awake, I would say. Not always. All right, I take that back. Not always, but usually. And to not disturb my sleeping partner and life partner, I go to a different room, but I literally roll out of bed, take my little blanket with me and my phone to have the app, and go into my meditation space in the morning. And it's such a lovely transition from sleep into wakefulness and with intention and peace. And some days it's easier than others. Some days it's harder to get out of bed, but it is lovely to know I'm not just getting out of bed and hopping in the shower, getting out of bed and, being cold. I'm still cozy for a little bit and do the meditation and a devotional and prayer and reflection and journaling. In 2022, I'm going to make an intention to spend some real time writing, in addition to journaling. So writing, because if you've heard I think episode maybe 8, I do have a goal, intention to write a book, and I'm going to start that in 2022. So Insight Timer is amazing. This app, it's free. You can there is a paid version that you can then also have access to tons and tons of courses. Again, if you're a lifelong learner like me, that's lovely. So I've done some of those. And yoga, if you like yoga, you have the access to yoga there as well. And talks, and just a collection of lovely souls, teachers, mystics, just inspiring people from around the globe are on this app. And it's just, I can't say enough good things about it. And this year in 2021, I was approved to be a teacher on the Insight Timer app. So you can follow me if you type in my name, Liz DeBoer-Kreider, on the Insight Timer app. You'll see me and you can follow me. I have a couple of guided meditations that are already there, the recorded ones. And the exciting announcement is that I woke up to the email that was my application to present live talks, so live guided meditations and talks on the Insight Timer app was approved. So I'm very, very excited about that. I've gone live a few times. Well, I love going live. I've gone live, for a couple of years ago. I started the Inspiring Vision series and did live interviews with inspiring women. This past year, I did some midday magic guided meditations. So for about 4 or 5 weeks on Wednesdays at noon Eastern time, there was an invitation to join me and some of the Visionistas team members to do a guided meditation. And that was so much fun. And so that is, I was inspired to really around that time get serious about becoming a teacher on Insight Timer. And I'm so, so grateful for this opportunity to connect with you there, to connect with other teachers and other inspiring people who are in the same spirit of growth and healing and learning and just being the best version of yourself. And so I invite you to check me out on Insight Timer, and not just me. There's so many amazing people there to follow, and it's wonderful, 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 wonderful. But I will be doing some live things. So when you log into the app, you do have to put your email address in, even though it's free, so that you have it in your app collection. But on the very front page, you can kind of see the upcoming live events. So, and if you follow me, you'll be alerted of them. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to submit my application to do the first one, and invite you to just another way that we can connect, and it will be live. So that'll be so fun. Okay. So today we're talking about this holiday season. So like I said, we've had a few holidays already. The holiday season we kicked that off. Episode 45 was with Samantha Arnold, actually Samantha Frack now, our Visionistas team image consultant, and we talked about how to make your holiday season sparkle. So you can go ahead back and listen to that one after you're done with this one, where we talked about connecting and shopping and gift giving. And that's still really relevant, right? Because a part of if you're celebrating Christmas Eve, a big part of that is giving gifts, which can be so fun and so exciting and can be overwhelming as well. I'm speaking for myself. And really fun when you hit it, when you get it right. Excuse me, when your gift does the trick. So we've had a few times of celebrating already this season, and I would say by far the biggest hit was my daughter made for all her grandparents a photo album. So she's amazing, Sophia. And we were celebrating, I think it was when we were celebrating Thanksgiving, she asked her grandfather, "What do you want for Christmas?" And he said, "All I want is pictures, Pops." And we call him Pops, that's why I said that, not Picture Pops. Pops said, "All I want is pictures." And that night she started going through my phone and just uploading them to an app. We use Snapfish, and she made an album. She created an album for him and his wife, Allison. And then she was like, I should do this for all of my grandparents. So she made one for my parents and then one for her nanny. And so we already posted pictures, so it won't be a surprise to Nanny. We haven't given hers yet because we see Nanny on Christmas Day. We celebrate with Nanny on Christmas Day, and the others we have done before, pre-Christmas. And really, really brought the tears, right? Even me looking at them, well, I mean, that's not a surprise. If you've listened before, I'm a crier. I love to cry. Sometimes I hate it, but a lot of times I love it, and really just love to, I love to share in that emotion with others, even if it's tearful and it's interesting. A lot of people that I work with, apologize for crying. And I think that's an interesting, we do that as humans, like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm crying, because we're afraid it might make the other person uncomfortable. And I'm going to be a cheerleader for just being you. And when the tears come, let them come. It's so beautiful and so true and real and genuine. And try not to apologize for it. Just let it go, let it flow, be you, and see what happens, right? See what happens. So there's a little unplanned tip, a little unplanned invitation for you. This holiday season is to just let your emotions be there. I promise we will talk about that in the tips. But so gift giving is fun, can be overwhelming. And that is the theme really of today, is we want joy. We want to be happy. We want the magic. We want the love. We want the connection. And then, to be honest, sometimes there is strife. There is stress, whether it's financial, right? Because when you're giving gifts, you are spending money. So I even know in myself, it's like, okay, one more thing. And my kids, it's hysterical slash annoying. There's the flow of it, right? The flow of making Christmas lists and sending this list and adding to it right up till, they're still adding stuff. And I'm like, well, I hope Santa, has room in his sleigh for all this stuff. Stressful, money, time, energy. There's so much to do. Oh my gosh. The other day I was sitting in traffic just to get into a shopping plaza for too long. And that can be stressful too. When you're late, when you're just, I'm literally avoiding that shopping plaza, to be honest. And I feel like I do have to get back there, but I'm thinking, how can I get there either at time open, or at time close? No, not time close, just to try to avoid traffic. But there's stress. So there's stress on those levels, and there's stress with sadness and grief and loss, because I'm going to put it out there because it's real. These are moments and times when we miss the people that aren't here with us anymore, that are absent in physical form, that are not at the dinner table, that are not at, on the couch, that are not around the tree, or bumping into them in the hallway, or singing carols with them around the piano. If you get to do that, I'm jealous. That's one of my dreams, is to sit with my Gigi playing the piano and just all around. We have lots of people in my family who love to sing, just singing songs. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen one year. But there is the sadness. There's the sadness of loss. There's the sadness of the people that we miss. And there is the sadness of the natural ending of the year, right? So our universe gives us beginnings and endings every month, every week, every day. There's that natural cycle of start and finish, wake and sleep. And this is a huge natural ending of a year. And so one that you don't, unless you're intentional, you really probably don't pay attention to it, but it's here. It is the end of the month. It is the end of the year of 2021. And whether you're excited about it or not, whether you're excited to turn the page to 2022 or you're holding on to something in 2021, it is the natural ending. And endings can be sad. Endings can be great, especially if something around the corner is all you've ever dreamed of, or all you hope that it will be. But it's a natural ending, and our bodies know that, our souls know that, our spirits know that. and can contribute to some of that sadness, some of that, whether it's sadness or not. So sometimes, I sit with people and I'm like, is there sadness here? No, there's not sadness here. We could do that too, right? We can kind of try not to feel it. And what I invite you to do is to really, really allow yourself the time and the space to recognize what is here. So I'm going to get right into these tips. Because I've kind of started to talk about them already a little bit. But so the tips, 3 overarching tips for today as you approach yourself into the holiday season. This holiday, we're already in it, but Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, La Epifania, the Three Kings Day, whatever of those you celebrate. But we stretch all the way into January with these holidays. And we're going to talk about get ready, get real, get right. Get ready, get real, get right. So it really is helpful to prepare and get yourself ready, right? You're doing that already. You're shopping, you're planning, where are we going to be? What time are we going to get there? Whose house are we going to go to, right? Really, there's that planning. It's happening. It's already happened. And sometimes the plans fall through, and that's sad too, right? So it's exciting and there's hope and there's expectation. And then sometimes those fall through, and that we have to attend to that as well. But allowing yourself time to prepare includes pausing, checking in with yourself. So as I said, there's lots of different things that can be going on. And so right now, I invite you to pause and check in with yourself, in your body, in your mind, in your heart. So what's going on? Sensation? Is there tension? Is there pleasure? Is there pain in your body? In your mind, where is it? Is it 3 months away? Is it 6 months away? Are you focusing a lot of time and energy on worry about something that's far off, or worrying about something that's closer but still in the future? Are you spending some time backwards thinking about what happened, what you wish would have happened, with remorse, regret, right? So the connection between the emotions and the thoughts. What is it for you here and now? When you have awareness, you're in a better spot to be prepared, to really know what you might need to resolve. So that's an R word I didn't include in the 3, but sometimes that's part of getting ready, is really just resolving some of that, if it can be resolved, and allowing it to dissolve, if not, right? If it can't be solved, resolved, just giving voice, attention to whatever is there can take away some of the stress of it. So saying what you're thinking and feeling, saying it out loud, or writing it down. Just check in with yourself. Get yourself ready. And get real. Get real on your expectations for this season, this celebration, whatever it is that you are preparing for, whichever one of these days or all of them that you are getting ready for. It can be really helpful to just kind of run through it in your mind based on what you've experienced before. Who are you going to see? How does that usually go? Right? Because it'll probably go the same in some regards. We don't change all that much. As much as we talk about what we can do to shift our behaviors, our personalities don't change. And so when you're getting getting real on what you're going to be entering into, it can be helpful to recognize, okay, I know what to expect. And if you can't, that's okay too, right? There's some things we cannot predict. We cannot predict and control. We're going to talk about that in the next tip. But really just being able to, from who you're going to see, what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink, all these things, what you're going to be putting into your body, that's a big part of the celebration too, is there's lots of food and drink. And being able just to kind of sometimes run through the image of either that day, the night before, whatever it is, to get real. Get real on what you typically encounter and how you typically handle that. And you know yourself. That is the goal. That is one of the biggest goals of this, is to know yourself and to know what's helpful for you. So just reminding yourself of the things that have helped you in the past, whether the goal is to be at peace, and that may mean going outside for a few minutes, right? If it gets too hot, you get too bothered, it gets too close, it gets too crowded in a space, giving yourself permission to go to a different room, to go outside to get some fresh air, to say no thank you when you're offered a drink, a dessert, another helping of mashed potatoes. No thank you is a really good response. And also to give yourself permission to control you, right? So get right with yourself. We can't control other people, and that is part of getting real with your expectations. We do not have control over the behaviors of others. We just don't. We would love to at times, and we may spend a lot of time trying to, or wishing we did, planning to, but we don't. So let's get real on that. You have control over your responses to the situation, how you think about a situation, how you enter into a situation, how you behave in a situation, how you tune into your emotions, how you express your emotions, and to know where you are in safety, right? So again, getting real and getting right is, unfortunately, there's not always emotional safety everywhere we go. And that is just the reality of the situation. But it helps to be prepared for that, to recognize, is this energy that I'm anticipating coming from me, or is this really what I should be expecting? Because sometimes when we think about expectations, we create a situation that we don't want. Right? By anticipating anxiety, we make the tension in ourselves, and then we carry it with us. So really, really, really get ready. Really get ready and get real with yourself. Get right with yourself. Do a guided meditation before you go. But remember, reflect on what's helpful for you. That might be doing a guided meditation. That might be doing yoga. That might be going for a run. That might be calling someone who you know you're going to see and say, hey, what can I expect? What can I bring? What do I need? Who's going to be there? Lots of different ways to get ready, get real, and get right. You can control your behaviors, your responses to situations. And the more that you know that, the more that you're tuned into yourself, and breathe, the better able you will be to connect with joy, to be present and connected with the magic, with the spirit of celebration and love. And getting right means taking what you need with you in spirit and sometimes in physical ways. So this week, yesterday, I posted on as I'm recording this, it's a couple days before it airs, but yesterday I posted on social media that I carried with me to the office this week two little tokens that I usually have in my bedroom, but one of them is something that I'm reaching for it now. It was something that I recently acquired when I was in St. Thomas at this cute little shopping place called Palm Passage. We were in this shop and it was like I was in my glory. It was so much fun and just really things to get you in tune with yourself. So crystals and beads and beautiful things. And one of the displays was these little spirit animals. And I really wanted to be intentional and not just like pick one because of what I saw. And so I just kind of took some time and leaned down in front of the display and kind of closed my eyes, got right with myself. And I said, when I open my eyes, the first one that I kind of see and touch will be mine. And it's a cobra. And I was like, ooh, that's different. I'm not a lover of snakes. But in the little card that came with it was the meaning of this cobra was transformation, healing, and protection. Transformation, healing, and protection. Love, love, love this little cobra, my little spirit animal, and really resonates with my journey this year. And the other one is a little seashell that I do when we go on vacation. So the last 2 years we've gone to the Jersey Shore, and there is beach yoga, which is so much fun. You really like roll out your mat or bring your towel and you're right on the sand, and love it, love it, love it so much. And NJ Beach Yoga. And at the end of the class, you are invited to take a little shell. Some of them are big, some of them are small, and you just pick up one without looking. Again, similarly, and you trust that you are taking what you need. And this one, I'm holding it in my hand right now. It's the perfect size. It says grace. So as you know, if you've listened before, one of my themes is giving yourself grace. And it fits right in my hand where my thumb can just feel the smooth part of the shell. And so I invite you to take something like that with you. And if you don't have something physical, you can take what you need in the palm of your hand. So I would say put one of your thumbs in the other palm of your hand right now. And just take a few moments to reflect on what you would like to carry with you into this season, into these celebrations, these days, nights of celebration. And as you come up with the word or the mantra, the quote that might come, press your thumb into the palm of your other hand, and then close your hand over your thumb. And just know that you will have it with you. And then put that palm on your heart, and you can cover it with the other. So both of your hands are on your heart, at your chest. You can carry what you need with you. And what a great transition into the heart. I'm just going to briefly touch on the mind and the body. which I've already done here, but it's about the connection between the body, the mind, the heart, the soul, and the spirit. So in episode 48, we really got deep into what does it mean to tune in to your body, the sensations within, your appearance, what does your body do for you? How does it feel? The different sensations and tensions and pressure and pleasures and pains and pleasure, and the connection between the body and then the mind. So the mind that can be on so many different levels, so beautifully complex, focused on the present moment, focused somewhere else on the future, whether that's with excitement or worry, anticipation, with focus on the past, again with nostalgia and lovely memories, and sometimes with remorse, regret, remembering. A focus somewhere else, the beyond, a creative space that is connected and transcendent, connected to something beyond, the divine, the universe, something on a different realm, a different level. We have the conscious and the unconscious mind. So that which we are aware of, that which floats below the surface sometimes of our awareness, and that they're connected. They're connected with each other. They're also connected with the heart, the soul, and the spirit. And we move on then to the heart. The heart as this symbolic housing of our emotions. The symbolic housing of our emotions, our feelings, that are also, as you know, as I'm building, connected to our thoughts, connected to our ideas, connected to what we have going on in the body. The heart is an organ, right? It beats and gives us life and is beautiful and wonderful and a miracle in itself, and we must take care of it. We must physically take care of our hearts to continue living life in a healthy, joyful, purposeful way. We also must nurture our hearts in that symbolic, emotional way. Really recognizing all of the different kinds of emotions that we experience. And I would say this also was a big part of my program, being able to talk about, identify, process emotions. But it's also part of who I am. And even before I went to school, my heart led me. I'm led by the heart on many things. And sometimes that's wonderful, and sometimes it's not, especially when the emotions are frustration or jealousy or anger or sadness, right? So the heart can really bring us some painful, uncomfortable experiences. And on the flip side, the joy, the elation, the excitement, the love, the connection. And as I'm doing that, I can feel those in my body. Because it's about the connection and nurturing it. And recognizing that we as human beings were given this gift of emoting, of feeling these emotions. And a lot of times, what breaks us down and keeps us stuck is trying not to feel them, running away from them, avoiding them, ignoring them, avoiding them, denying them, judging them. The second step really fast after the emotion and over time becomes automatic for a lot of us is the judgment we place on ourselves for having emotion. So even when I said the word jealousy, right? Tune into your reaction, because we kind of shy away from jealousy as a collective human human being population. Like, ooh, jealousy is terrible. You shouldn't be jealous. It's human. It's human. And we should be jealous sometimes. I'm gonna pause and just kind of qualify what I mean by that is you should, because we do. You should recognize it because it's real. And it happens just like sadness and despair and anguish and joy and happiness and connection and elation, all of these exciting, higher vibe kind of emotions that we like, but sometimes we also avoid them too. And so it's really being able to get in tune with and recognize what it is you're feeling. And sometimes to do that, oftentimes to do that, it's helpful to also be able to tune into the body. When I'm feeling, this pressure in my gut, this yuckiness, is that sadness? Is that disappointment? What is that? When I'm feeling this, my heart is beating so fast, is that love? Is that romance? Is that connection? Is that joy? Is that nervousness? Because there is a really fine line between emotions and how we experience them in the body. Breathing, because I get so excited and charged up. You can hear me with this emotion. And tuning in and starting to recognize the emotions, identify them. I feel sad. I feel frustrated. I feel giddy. I feel excited, jolly. Whatever it is, being able to know it is so important. And then moving through it, processing it, and getting to a place of comfort and peace. Comfort and peace. Emotions, the heart. There's so much I could say about the heart. I love the heart. The purple heart of courage. Listen to episode 9. You'll hear all about it. I have hearts everywhere. Again, tangent. Okay, hearts. Love them, love. We love love here. I love love. This is about love. This talk today is about loving you so that you can love beyond you. You don't have to, how do I want to say this? You must be trying, or at least recognizing that love is an important part of the journey. Loving yourself also. I love that phrase, loving yourself also. Sometimes we hear love yourself first, and sometimes that's really hard. And I'm going to say with you, I know that to be really hard, right? For people and for my own history, which you've heard here today, that there are times when loving yourself is really hard. Loving yourself first, but loving yourself also as you love others is possible. My most recent upload for Insight Timer was launched and approved and is now live. The picture is upside down. The picture is upside down. For some reason, I've uploaded it and it was right side up and it came upside down. So there is a ticket out. There's a ticket to the tech. But for right now, it is upside down. Share love with nurturing and trusting your heart. So you can go check that out on Insight Timer, a guided meditation about tuning into your heart. We are moving on to body, mind, heart, soul, spirit. The soul. I want to give enough time to each one of these, and soul and spirit come at the end, though I love them so much. And I really invite you to tune into what your own definition of soul is. Yeah, just think about that. I'm going to tell you mine. And if you go back and listen to the episode about the soul, I read definitions and it's very informative. And I'll have that connected, that linked for you in the show notes. But again, if starting around episode 9, I go through each one, body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. But the soul, when I talk about the soul and I communicate it, I feel like I use my hands and really kind of curl them in right at my heart center and really recognize the soul as being connected to internally in a way that we cannot see kind of way, who we are. The soul is comprised of our identity based on not only our genetic makeup and our heritage, our biology, right? That includes what we look like, how we identify, our race, our ethnicity, our height, our weight, our hair color, eye color, all of the things. But also those experiences that have shaped us and contribute to our identity, what we believe about ourselves on a deep, deep level. And I want to say spiritual level, right? I know we're going to get to spirit, but spirit runs through all of these aspects. They all run through each other. They're all connected. And so the soul it is personal of how you identify, how you characterize your own soul, what you believe about your soul, how you picture it. I've always pictured mine like the size of a fist, that you kind of enclosed in something almost ethereal, kind of there, sometimes more opaque, sometimes more lucid. It can shift, but it's always there. It can change kind of what presence it has, what force it has, how in tune we are with it. Yes, the soul. We can think about the soul as something that exists beyond that which we can see. That it is not a physical organ in our body, yet permeates every space and crevice within our bodies, within our emotions, within our brains and our minds, and beyond. The soul that connects us with ourselves and with others, with the divine, with the universe, with the universal collective, the unconscious experience where sometimes you just know. Your gut, your heart, there's overlap, right? Your body and your soul and your spirit and your heart. And there can be, when we think about the soul, it really depends on your beliefs and your values and how you grew up, how you were raised, whether within a faith of religion or spirituality. A belief system helps us to articulate how we characterize our soul. Who am I? What am I? Am I here? How do I know I'm here? These questions that we ask, that we may not know other people ask these questions, but it feels so good to be connected with those aspects of knowing, of believing. And there's uncertainty, right? When we can't see something, how do we know it's there? How do we know it exists? And that's when we believe, have faith, tune into that which we cannot see, that which gives us purpose, that which gives us meaning, direction, our way, your way, my way. Doesn't have to be the same. It's probably not. We are unique. We are unique, and we have similarities. Of course, we have human connection that connects us, and you know I love connection. But my way doesn't have to be your way, and your way doesn't have to be mine. I believe in my soul. I believe my soul exists beyond my physical body, within and beyond. What do you believe? If you don't know, it's okay. It's okay, right? We're on this journey together, and there's other things, there's other ways to explore, to talk about, to think about, to ponder, to read, to connect, to visit services, to join groups that may resonate with you and help you to articulate what your soul means to you, to clarify, to identify, and to connect with it. And the Spirit. Whew, love this one. The Spirit in a similar realm is not always visible. I say not always because sometimes we can see it. Sometimes we can see the workings of the Spirit in images, in beauty, in nature, in the smiles and the giggles of our loves, in our connection with other people. The Spirit is comprised of all of these other things, tuning into what's going on with your body, inside, outside, above, your emotions, your thoughts, ideas, that creative space, that which you carry with you, not only within your body, within your experience, within your aura, right? So that spirit, when I talked about the body, I mentioned that the Spirit is housed within us and extends beyond us. You can know this because you can sense other people's energy at times, whether you are empathic or not, or whatever level of empathy you have. Think of times when you can walk into a room and sense the energy, the tension, the joy, the elation. This is Spirit. This is part of the aspect of Spirit. We carry these things with us in our mood, in our beliefs, in our speech, what we say to ourselves, what we say to others, how our words can connect, how our words can crush connection, can sever it, can prevent it, how we can hurt other people with our spirit, how we can love one another with our spirit. The Spirit is that energy that flows through us. We have energy systems in our body, physically, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally. If you are at all familiar with the chakra system, this is a really helpful way to tune into the Spirit. And that is another one of the lessons in the Design+Flo program, that course that is included. And so, the Spirit. So when we know what we carry with us internally and by by default, we carry it with us in our relationships, and our spirit can be wonderfully connecting, and it can also keep us disconnected and stuck. And I really invite you to tune in to your self right now, body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. And hopefully you have a better understanding of what that means. You've heard me say it before, and you will hear me say it again. It is this journey, and I'm so excited to help you in yours, and help myself in mine, right? And part of mine is helping you, and being really excited about how you can experience more learning and more understanding about all of these things is in the course that I have developed throughout this year. And there's a few places you can get it. What I'm going to talk mostly about today is the Design+Flo Program. So that's Design+Flo, F-L-O, which I named partly after my grandmother, who's named Flora, which I've talked about in a previous episode. If this was intriguing to you, if this is part of your journey, if this clicks on some level with you, I would love, love, love to connect with you in the Design+Flo Program. The Design+Flo Program you can read more about on my website, drliz.com/flow, and that's F-L-O, take off the W, drlyz.com/flow. It is a program that I am trying to make as easily accessible as possible. And so what I believe you can do with a Design+Flo program is how I designed it is that it is self-directed. So you can go through this program on your own at your own pace. There's lessons. So you heard me reference a few lessons. Every unit there's a unit for each body, mind, heart, soul, spirit. There's also a unit in the beginning that introduces kind of what I went through here today. And also it's a video, so you can kind of see me talking and you can see my hands moving. There's video lessons that you can do one a day and take 10 to 15 minutes of your day and do a little lesson, whether it's a video or a guided meditation, some journaling, some activities and worksheets. If you're like me, you like visuals and you want to see what I'm talking about, I try to show you with my hands, but there are downloads and handouts that you can print, or you can look at them on your device, that really capture some of these concepts so that you can really grasp them and apply them to your life. And in this spirit of knowing yourself, loving yourself, being yourself, loving yourself, transcending beyond the surface level, whether that goes up or goes down in a deep, connected to your soul kind of way. Connected to your soul, connected to you, so that you are more connected with the people that you love. That is when we are thriving, when we feel connected, feel belonging, feel love and trust. Whew, love it. I designed the Design+Flo program for you to be able to go through it at your own pace. We also offer a calendar so that you can see a breakdown of how you may take and approach the course, the courses, the lessons, the learning, the pieces of learning, these gems of learning, because we love learning and growing. So that you can probably, what I would say is on average, you can do this in a 3-month period. And so how I've structured the Design+Flo program is you can go right now on the website and you can purchase it for 3 months. You can have it for 3 months. And if you want, you can do it on a monthly basis. Right now, it is the lowest price it will ever be, December 2021. It is launched this month, and it is so reasonably priced that you can for $18. Try it for a month. And if you love it, you can keep going. If you don't, you can stop and you can be done with it. You can do it for 3 months. If you love it, you can keep going and do it longer. There's so much there, and you can, there's so much there. There's so much there. I have poured my heart and my soul, my spirit, my body, my mind into this project, into this program. And I'm so excited to share it with you. So excited to share it with you. The exciting part as well is that we get to connect. We get to connect in this program. So each month, at this point in the program, I have set aside a Monday evening, the first Monday of each month. So the next one will be Monday, January 3rd, where I will go live with those people in the program and really just kind of open it up for conversation, connection, any Q&A you may have about the program, any Q&A you may have about the podcast, anything you may have about things that you see on social media, anything that I do, that we do here at Visionistas, but really to help you give you some support. So it's self-guided. I know you can do it on your own, and I also know that things can be so much better when we're connected with others. And so I invite you. I want to connect with you. I want to see you. I want to chat with you. I want to help you deepen this journey for yourself. And so the Design+Flo program includes that, and also includes the potential to be included in workshops that I have with other people in the wellness space. So I have invited some people that you've heard on the podcast, Maggie and Kristen, and different people who are professionals in the same spirit of loving, knowing, caring for yourself in a space to feel good, feel joy, feel love, feel connected. And so I have conversations with them and invite them to bring their expertise, because again, the message I want you to hear today is there is no one way. There's not only one way. Okay, let me clarify it. There are so many ways for you to heal and grow and nurture and learn and be yourself and love yourself. And this is one way. My Design+Flo program, I love so much. It is one way that you can try. And it might work really well for you. It worked really well for me. There were times in my life that I was broken, that I hated myself. It's true. And I'm so happy I can say that is not true anymore. It is not true anymore. I love me. I know me. I keep learning about me. I keep deepening that learning and that love and that knowing and that connection with the people that I love and the beyond. One of the affirmations that I say and really resonated with me this morning was, I am in connection and flow with my loves. I am in flow and connection with my loves. That is what it's about for me. That is what it is about for me. Recognizing that if I want people to love me and respect me in a real, genuine way, I have to work to do that myself. And I have, and I do. And I invite you to do the same. Oh, this is good. Oh, it's long. Oh my goodness. Way beyond. And I didn't even look at my notes. Wow, this is amazing. I glanced, and I hope I didn't forget anything. But you know what? What's fun is that I'll be back. I'll be back next week. I thank you for tuning in. I invite you to check out Design+Flo. I really think you will love it. I love it. I know it can be amazing. We even have, and I say we because we do use the course that I've referenced in our Healthy by Design program as well. And in the course, we have some measures in the beginning and the end to really help you see your progress. We believe that we know because we've seen it happen in some of the people that we've worked with. So amazing. And you can check out some of their testimonials on our website, is that it helps you increase your confidence. It helps you increase your joy with your satisfaction with life and decrease your stress to feel more balanced and connected with yourself and with others. We know it because we've seen it, and we can help you know it because we have some measures and there's some little survey, a little questionnaire that can help you can see your growth in numbers, and I know you'll feel it as well. And that is a wrap for today. Thank you so much for joining me, for sticking around. I know this was a long episode. There was so much packed in there. I wish you from the bottom of my heart and my soul the happiest of holidays. Merry Christmas. I will see you again. Actually, I will connect with you again before the new year. We will be back next week for episode 50 and celebrating this glorious year and looking ahead to the even shinier, maybe, I don't know, new year ahead. And I cannot wait to connect with you again next time. Take care. Thank you for connecting on this episode of the podcast, Empowered by Design. For further connection, subscribe to my email list at drliz.com to be sure that you are in the loop for exciting news, events, and resources. You can also follow me on social media at Dr. Liz and at Visionistas by Design. I invite you to subscribe to this podcast and send this episode to one of your people in order to share the love, spread the power. This podcast is designed to inspire, educate, and empower you to pursue your dreams with intentional vision. This podcast is not meant to be a substitute for psychological treatment or a working relationship with a licensed mental health professional. For more information on connecting with mental health resources in your area, visit drliz.com and click on resources. Thank you again for connecting, and remember, trust the heart, work your vision, dream, design, deliver.